Welcome to our second video of our seed starting series. And today what we're going to do is we're going to check in on our seedlings that we planted during our first series. And then we're also going to talk about seeds that we can start that germinate a little bit quicker. It's time to plant those now. We'll be ready for them once we get our garden in full swing. So I'm checking on our seeds that we planted during our first series, and they still need a little bit of time, but boy, they're coming up nicely. We want to make sure that the roots are popping through the bottom. We still have them on the seed warming mats. We're still putting them underneath the lights, and they're just popping up, and they're probably reaching out going, wow, it's springtime. So just probably another week or two of more of a little TLC, and we'll be ready to transplant them into larger pots. Okay, so two of the most popular summer vegetables, of course, are tomatoes and peppers. Well, peppers take longer to germinate, so we started those last. Now it's time to plant the tomatoes. And what's really cool about the seeds is it affords you opportunities to plant things that you can't find in the nursery. Like, the San Marzanos are hard to find because they're a great paste tomato. You got the Cherokee Purple, but you've got some really cool varieties like this for Artisan Bumblebee series. It's actually an indeterminate with orange and little red cherry type tomatoes on them. They're delicious, and they're just a real nice treat to have in your garden. And of course there's like tomatoes like green zebra. So this is a great opportunity to put these seeds in and plant them now. I'm going to go ahead and transfer them into larger pots. I'm using these 3-inch jiffies. You can also use some of your 4-inch containers. Make sure they're clean with no soil in them. But these are perfect to transplant the little starters into these pots. Eventually I'm going to take these pots, and I can actually plant them either into larger pots once the plants mature, or actually even into the ground, because these will decompose and they'll work really well. So I'm getting ready to plant my seed, and I picked out the 6 different seeds I want to plant here. Make sure you keep your seed packets, because they not only offer great pictures and information on your depth, but they tell you how to thin the seeds later on, and how to take care of your plants as soon as they spring up. They offer a wealth of information. You can always go back to it. And plus, you're probably not going to be planting all the seeds, so you can save them for either next year or give them to a friend. We're going to start with our marigolds here. And all of these seeds, I looked on the back, you plant them about 1/4 inch. The seed packet says to sow inside 2 to 3 weeks prior to your last frost, which is perfect because we estimate our last frost to be the middle of March. It's my green zebra tomato. And again, 1/4 inch. Again, I moistened my soil mix. This is my green envy, Zinnia. How cool is that? Your good old San Marzano paste tomato. Look at this heirloom, this Cherokee Purple. Doesn't that look great? Okay, it's really important. Make sure that you mark your seed so you know what you planted. Be sure and stay tuned for our 3rd episode of our seed starting series, where we'll check in on what we planted, and we'll talk about transplanting and what we can, our next steps. If you have any questions, be sure and check with us.